so
It won't be. Go ahead.
Just make sure you talk directly to the mic, everybody. Hey, hey, hey. Yeah, I think I like that because it gives you more space, more room.
I just want to be able to
Cut
dance
up.
and cut up. And
So you just want to cut up.
right. Gotta have some fun.
Definitely have. Did you bring my little tabs in?
This is
I'm
Movn, Monica, and you're tuned in to Movn Monica Radio Talks, where we talk about people, politics, and purpose. Listen in every Monday from 12 to 2 Central Standard Time on Houston's Home for Jams, 95.3 Jams.
No dancing. Cynthia's out walking today by herself.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the show right here on KPJZ 95.3 Jams. Of course, you know who I am. I am the Mountain Moving Monica. And I am so sorry, guys. My voice keeps going in and out. You know, I'm still fighting this or whatnot, but that's not going to stop me. The devil can't stop me. But yes, I am Movn Monica right here on Movn Monica Radio Talk Show, where we're talking about people, politics, and purpose right here today on this Mount Moving Monday. Guys, as promised, I'm so excited to have one of my really good, cool friends out here at the station at 95.3 Jams, none other than the council member all the way out from Sugar Land, Texas, William Ferguson from Mayor.
Hello, Monica. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you doing, William?
I'm good. I'm good and glad this election will be over soon. What do you think?
No, I'm looking forward to it, but then I'm going to be sad that it's going to be over because then I don't get to hang out and play with you and have fun like every day and goof off and stuff.
Well, you know, I'm gonna bring up something maybe make you either punch me or smile. I'll be glad for the lies to be over.
Ooh.
Isn't it tiring? It's exhausting.
Shots fired. Shots fired. Yes, William, I can honestly tell you that has been the most disappointing, part of this election is to see all of the lies that people tell and create these false narratives, and I'll say it, the worst part about it is some of these people claim to be Christians.
Right.
So, and their behavior is not Christ-like, especially after we just celebrated Resurrection Sunday.
Right.
So I'm going to just drop that nugget right there.
There you
go.
I
did. So, but I know that you are in great spirits. People are really just super excited. Why are you taking the hat off? Howdy for it, Ben.
Because then you don't see my beautiful hair. Look at that hair.
You have to have cool hair to be the next mayor.
I'm telling you, I do. I
even have on my shirt, you guys.
I do.
William Ferguson for mayor. Like, he's just got this whole Ferguson for mayor energy going.
Might as well. Look at that.
So, look, there's the hat.
Bam, there's the hat.
The hat is what's going to be elected, and then William
true.
He just gets to come along for the ride of it.
Yeah, the hat's on everything.
I love it. William, not only do you have, like, this really great personality, you've got a great campaign that you're really moving forward with nothing but positive energy. You're staying close to your integrity, your values, your views, and you're talking about the issues that the people want to hear about. And I definitely respect that, and so do all of our listeners and our viewers as well. So tell us a little bit about, we don't need to talk about like who you are, why you're running,
right.
all the boring stuff. But let's dive into what is important to you right now about this election.
Well, obviously, being a police officer 33 years, safety is always number one. So let's take that off the table because I'm not saying we're perfect, but we've got that almost just perfect.
Yes,
all right,
yes.
We top police, fire, and EMS in the state, top EMS in the nation. We're getting that right. Second thing is probably the one that's most pressing, and that's simply economic development because it affects jobs, housing. It affects whether or not we have strong small businesses, large businesses. So economic development is everything, and our city right now is thriving. You can feel the. You know what? After you run up a flight of stairs and your heart's just pounding, that's what our city's doing right now. It's a great pound. It's going well. MD Anderson's now coming with over 2,000 jobs, along with everything else. Yeah, a lot's happening. That would be number two, and number three is the one that probably you may or may not want to talk about. and that is the diversity of our city, which is a beautiful thing, cultural and religious. Right now, it's just this election is just tearing us apart.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to putting that back together.
Well, let me ask you this, because you brought up a very key point, is tearing us apart. But do you think that the community is going to come back together after this is over? Because my belief is however people act now is how they are as people. And elections and campaigns tend to pull out the negativity and the ugliness in people. How do you really see, because you guys are going to have 5 new seats, how will this bring it back together to a place of unity, a place of peace and harmony, so that you guys can do the job that you're elected to do?
So at the core of our city, and I'm also going to say this about Missouri City, at the core of Sugar Land and Missouri City is a neighborhood, is kind, graceful neighborhood. And I do believe that's what we're going to get back to. Anytime there's an election, I mean, even the school board, you see what's happening in the school board.
Yes, that is
you
horrible.
You just see this, it's a tear, it's a division. And sadly, it's either for pride or power. And what power? Yeah. When an elected official represents we the people, the power's on the people. So what's the tear? It must be pride.
Yeah. And you know, pride is one of the greatest sins.
Always before the fall.
So with that being said, bringing this community back together, bringing the city of Sugar Land back together, because you guys have a lot of work ahead of you. You mentioned the economic development that's getting ready to come. And MD Anderson is only one of the aspects.
Okay.
Y'all have some really major projects that are coming down the pipeline. I mean, we're talking about a big bulk of millions and millions of dollars.
So and this is a guess, this is not an accurate audited number. My guess is $4 billion of value is about to be added to our city over the next 5 to 7 years.
Yes.
It's going to be incredible.
That's a great estimate, and pretty accurate, because I think one of y'all's projects is like around 45 million or something.
Yeah, so Imperial had been projected to be 1.2 billion. Lake Point had been projected to be 960 million. That doesn't even include MD Anderson, Lexington Commons, or what happens behind Smart Financial. It's going to be pretty incredible for our city and our county, because right now Sugar Land's value, our tax-in value, pays 26% of the county's overall.
Really?
Yeah, the city of Sugar Land drives the county.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
So leadership, your form of leadership, how do you differ as it relates to other people that may be running, and tying this in, how are you able to work with brand new people? How will you be able to work with brand new people who have never done this before? Because you're doing this, so you understand.
Sure.
The people that are coming, they've never done this before. How are you going to be able to balance while mentoring, training, working with your city manager, and making sure that this whole holistic approach to the city is going to be able to stay balanced with all of these big projects coming down the pipeline?
Well, the best way to learn, understanding as a mayor, I'll have 6 council members working with me. Understanding their individual motivation is my top priority, because they don't all have the same motivation for their district, for their at-large position. And look, at the end of the day, there are special interests mixed in that. And so once you understand what their motivation is, it's okay. We just kind of rally our city together around some of these common motivations, and we move forward as a city, and we're going to work as a team regardless of who's elected.
Okay, I like that. That was a mayoral answer, guys. He answered it just like a great mayor would.
It's the hair.
It's the hair, you guys. Like I said before, you have to have great hair to be the next mayor. Mayor Joe Zimmerman kind of set a precedent with the great hair thing.
Right,
so you're kind of falling right in line with that.
I'll try.
But I'm sure you'll do a great job, William. And I know you have a host of people rooting for you, you know. And one of the things that I learned yesterday when I was at worship service was there be more with you than there are against you. That God takes care of your haters. You know, he's a hater handler, is what I heard. And I love that statement. So let me ask you a more personal question. How are you managing and handling because you're such a positive person. You are about the community, and you're always about unity and bringing people together. How are you being impacted? So, because I think it's important that your voters know, because we need to make sure we drive them out there, how important it is to get out there and vote. How is this impacting you, your voters, your family, with all of the divisiveness that's going on out there? Because I think people need to understand how critical this is and why they need to stop.
So the key, I learned from one of our members in Congress. I remember this attack. It was an awful political campaign attack. I remember sitting with this congressman, and I said, "How do you endure it all?" He said, "What?" I said, "All of the negative and all of the attacks and all that." He goes, "I don't know anything about it. I don't watch it.
Wow.
I don't pay attention to it. I'm on a mission, and I'm going to do my job." And I remember he meant that. And I looked at him. It's like he literally doesn't know the millions of dollars of negative campaigns being poured on him, because his team absorbs that and essentially just keep it out of his head.
Okay.
And so in this case, there are some negative things that, look, I know they're all false, okay? Yeah. And I believe that losers lie, okay?
Yes.
Losers lie, people that are desperate lie, and just don't dwell on it. You just move on and you stay on mission.
Yeah. So you're mission control.
That's it, mission control, that's it.
I love it.
Right.
You know, and that I think is important for people to understand, because how you are, I say this all the time, how you are as a candidate is how you're going to be as an elected official.
Right.
So if you have poor integrity, if you have, you know, a lot of negativity, if you're pushing your own false narratives, if you have to do those things, that's the kind of person you're going to be when you get into office. And I think it's important that you speak to your character, your integrity. I can speak to it because I know you personally. I've known you for a very long time. It seems like forever, but it hasn't been. But
Right, that's true. It hasn't been forever.
But, you know, one of the things that I've noticed about you is you're able to stay focused on the task at hand. You stay, you know, close and on point to the points, to the agenda, to the project, to the people, whatever that may look like. So let's ask this particular thing.
Sure.
When you become mayor, okay, you heard
Right.
that. When you become mayor,
Yes.
what do you want to do? What is your first target project or your first thing that you want to do? Like, what do you want to do when you first, outside of have fun?
We're going to have fun. It's
Outside of have fun.
It's called Sugarland United. We're having a party. For the city, not me, for the city.
For the city.
Yeah, that's the first fun thing we're going to do.
Okay.
But as far as administrative, the first thing we have to do is sit down with our new team. Mm-hmm. So we've got to I want to sit down with each one of them individually. I want to learn from them. Upon concluding that, I want to put together what their common concerns are, and we're going to present them back to them as common concerns.
Okay.
Meanwhile, I'm going to meet with our executive team from our city manager and his team, because I want to reinforce to them that we're all on the same mission, on the same, we have the same purpose, and I want to celebrate who we are and where we're going, and I want them to feel the same joy I have about the future of the city. And then economic development must be driven. It can't be something, you know, Jesus take the wheel moment, right?
Yes.
You got to grab this economic development wheel, because ultimately where we're left in 10 or 15 years is because of decisions you and I make as council members today. And so you can't just hope it goes well. You've got to grab that wheel and you got to drive economic development.
You got to steer it. You got to steer it right. So let me ask you this: what about this? What about the staff? Are you hearing anything from staff? Do they have any? Not anybody in particular, but do they have any concerns? Because they're essentially with the city manager. That individual's going to get 5 new bosses.
Yeah, well, I will tell you, I know a lot of the staff well. No names mentioned. There are concerns. There are concerns because of things that have been said on the campaign and the campaign trail by candidates that maybe they had no intent to have the negative impact that they did with their comments, and I tried to neutralize those as they happened. But, you know, a key thing for you as a council member and me as well, anytime you're in public and you speak in a negative way towards your staff, it's deep. It cuts deep, because truly they represent the decisions you and I are making.
Correct.
And then we would turn around and hit our staff with a negative comment. it's unacceptable. So the staff has some concerns, but not overall. The staff is positive about the future of Sugar Land.
Okay.
But to your point, there are a few that I'm like, everybody's got to chill. We got this.
Yeah. Okay. Well, these are great. Thank you so much for sharing your perspective on those, asking, answering questions and then addressing the staff, because I know with staff, they're always concerned about every 3 years, are they going to get a new boss? The stability of their department, the stability of their salaries, it's always that concern, because when you're working for municipalities, government entities, there's always that concern with the elections being tied to your employment, and so do you have anything you want to add to that as far as, stability or reassuring your staff, anybody that is watching?
Sure. I do, yeah. So what's beautiful about our city in particular, and nothing in opposition to other cities, Missouri City or any of them, our systems that are in place are so powerful and they're so shored up that even if we had a bad mayor and a bad council, our systems that are set in place and our charter, our mission is solid. So certainly a bad mayor or a bad council group could, stall it. But I'm telling you now, our systems are solid. You have seen how we respond to emergency situations.
Yes.
You've seen how we respond economically. We even through COVID, even through all of the chaos of what we've seen the last several years, the city of Sugar Land stands up strong, and we're going to continue to lead the county. I call ourselves, and some people don't understand this, but I refer to ourselves as the bell cow in the county, meaning where we go, our bell is ringing, and so goes the herd. And we really have a great time of leading in Sugar Land, and our charter is solid. And so I'm really not concerned about long-term negative effects from a challenging council leadership.
Oh, okay. Well,
It'll be good.
I'm not scared anymore.
It'll be good. You shouldn't be. It'll be good.
Well, just speaking of, because we've had I've had a lot of people to share some concerns and share their thoughts. So as I shared with them, we have William Ferguson. He's a city council member from the city of Sugar Land. He's running to be your next mayor this May 3rd is the election day. He's running to be your next mayor of Sugar Land. So we wanted to share those concerns with you. Any feedback that we get, we always let people know, look, we're going to have that candidate coming in here, and so we'll ask all of your questions, your concerns. And of course, if you're just tuning in right here on KPJZ 95.3 Jams on Movn Monica Radio Talk Show, we're talking to council member William Ferguson. He's running to be the next mayor of Sugar Land. He's been endorsed by the current sitting mayor, Joe Zimmerman, and the first lady of Sugar Land, Nancy Zimmerman. And he's got a host of other endorsements. We have him today right here in the studios talking about not so much as why he's running and all of that, because you guys can figure that stuff out on your own. But he's talking about the vision. He's talking about his passion. He's talking about his focus on the people, the economic development, and the stimulation of how to continue to drive this city of Sugar Land forward. And so hopefully that you guys, if you've tuned in late, you'll have an opportunity to go back. If you're listening live and you've missed the first part, go back and watch the live on Instagram. I'm going to say City Council. On Instagram, on 95.3 Jams, or Facebook 95.3 Jams. And you can be able to catch those, the first part of the interview. And so we're sitting here talking. We have a few more minutes. So I want to ask William, what do you want to share with the listeners and the viewers? What is your message, or what are your comments or thoughts on anything?
Well, what I wish everyone would realize is truly how special our city is. The city of Sugar Land is the second lowest property tax rate in the state of Texas. We have the best police, fire, and EMS services, hands down, in Fort Bend County and most of Texas. We do it all for a very affordable city rate, while providing all that we do economically, to the point that our city currently is valued at nearly $22 billion. It is an incredible special city, and most people take it for granted, and they don't even vote, Monica. They literally, if we get a 10% turnout in a mayoral election, we'll be thrilled. Realistically, it may be 8 to 9%. I'd love to see 12%. But we have it so good in our city, people don't vote. Have you ever heard anything like that? Now, if we upset them, they'd be out voting in stacks, right? But, when you're a neighboring city and you realize, and I'm going to give a comparison, you told me the other day, Your tax rate in Missouri City is 57.5 or something.
57.3.
57.3.
And that's lowered twice.
Right. There you go. And the city of Sugar Land's 35. Richmond is 40. Pearland is 68 or 67 right now. Guys, we've got it right. We have the Astros Space Cowboys. We have the airport. We have Smart Financial. We have Town Square. We want 2 more of those. The list goes on and on. Now, here's what we don't have. We don't have a power plant. Ready for this? There is no power plant. That's one of the rumor mill items that someone's driving. There is no power plant. There are no plans for a power plant. You're going to need to let that go. We do have a vision. We have WISC, which is a fully autonomous electric taxi cab, yellow taxi cab flight service that would fly you within 150 miles of our airport on demand. So if you need to go to Conroe, you get on your app, you get on board, and it flies you to Conroe and puts you down. It's the future. It's George Jetson's future.
Oh my gosh!
And these are the fun things that are happening. And then the gondola idea came up, and people are, I can't believe you think about a gondola. If that ever happens, it's 100% paid for by private business. It would help improve mobility. But right now, it's nothing more than a vision. Okay. It's not a plan. It's a vision. So all of these fun things that are happening are trying to help us adapt to our mobility concerns, our new job opportunities, our new housing opportunities. We're doing all we can ahead of the problem.
So is there any rumor you want to debunk? You just debunk the, there's so many. You just, basically shut down the power plant.
Well, I'll give you the funny.
Because I know there's a lot of rumors out there,
yeah.
And, this is our opportunity to hit a mass audience to basically shut down false narratives, lies, rumors,
right.
And campaign politics.
Right. So I'll give you my favorite one is there is no power plant.
Yes.
That's the first one. The second one is, I heard again this morning, is that I'm running to win for mayor, and then I'm only going to serve a year, and then I'm going to run to be the police chief or a sheriff or something. And I'm like, who would do that, right?
So that's not even you.
These are the silly things, and hey, there's a whole list of them. I don't want to get into rumors because it gives them credit. I'm just telling you right now, our city's great. We're going in the right direction. We're going to be the leaders for a long, long time. While our county develops out, we're going to continue to set a pace so that all of our local cities like Fulshear and Katy will continue to be able to grow, learning from not just our wins, but our mistakes. And our cities, we're 115,000 people, population. Look at any other city in our county. They're not even close to us yet.
Yeah.
And it's just a matter of time. If they'll just keep watching, we will make mistakes. And Mike, our city manager, says it best. We're trailblazers. So you're going to make mistakes. But I would rather try and fail than never try. And so let these other cities, yours included, we would love to see your city grow economically, even though it's more of a bedroom community. I believe there's probably some in our plan that could help your city grow as well.
Oh, absolutely.
And so we're looking forward to just being great neighbors to the entire county. And within our city, we're going to strengthen up after this election because we truly are a graceful neighborhood, and we're going to come right back together.
I believe that. You heard it right here. City Council member William Ferguson running for the next Sugar Land mayor position. He shared his vision. He's shared his passion. He's shared his focus, his faith, as well as he's giving you the platform of truth, integrity, and value. He has a plan to continue to move this city forward in the city of Sugar Land. And so, guys, now it's your turn. It's not easy for people to step up into these roles to run for office, okay? We're not even talking about the money that's spent. We're not even talking about the man capital that it takes. We're talking about the time, the thought process, envisioning what's next for the city of Sugar Land. So you have great people that run for office all the time, but you also have bad people that run for office all the time. Now is the time for you to have an opportunity to vote and elect someone who is doing a great work, that has done a great work as a public servant, from law enforcement to city council to now mayor. It's time for you guys to make a decision. Get up off of your tushies and get out there and go vote. Now is the time. It's not time to stay at home. It's time to get out there and make a move, make an action, and do your part. Vote for William Ferguson for your next city council mayor. to make sure that you have what you need to have a sustainable city, to have the necessary growth, and to have the necessary tax rate. Because trust me, if this economic plan does not go the way that he's envisioning and where it's been going for years, you're going to have high tax rates like we do in Missouri City, and you don't want that. You want growth, you want stimulation, you want development, you want the right type of growth. And William Ferguson is able to bring that to you guys, so please get out there and vote. Early voting does start on tomorrow, on Tuesday, April 22nd, runs all the way through the next Tuesday, April 29th. Polls are closed in Fort Bend County on Sunday, but they are open on Saturday as well from 8 to 5. The other days are open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. So if you know anyone who lives in the city of Sugar Land, tell them to get out there and go vote. William Ferguson is on the ballot under the Sugar Land mayor position. He's number 4 on the ballot. So make sure you scroll down, click his name. And of course, if you miss all the early voting dates to go vote, I don't know why you would. Check it out. On the following Saturday is the actual election day on May 3rd. Polls will be open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. So make sure you get out there and go vote. Thank you so much, William, for coming out to talk to us right here on KPJZ 95.3 Jams, Houston's home for jams, right here on Movn Monica Radio Talk Show, where we talk about people, politics, and purpose every single Monday from 12 to 2, the #1 political radio show right here in the Houston region. Any last words, William, before we shut down? I'm going to miss you. You're going to leave me, even though I'm going to see you later.
Do not wait to vote on May 3rd. Start tomorrow. I can't stress that enough, because May 3rd is a Saturday. You're going to be playing soccer, basketball, hockey, whatever it is you do. You're not going to want to vote on the 3rd. Please vote the 22nd through the 29th. It's so easy right now, Monica.
Is. I mean, it's going to take you longer to park than it will to go vote. So just make sure you take your Texas driver's license. Yeah. Make sure it's not expired, okay, before the election is over, and get out there. Take your kids, take grandma, take your aunties, your neighbors. Take them out there to vote. And, of course, if you need any assistance, make sure that you check in with William Ferguson for mayor. William, how can people reach out to you if they want to volunteer at the polls, if they want to help pass out literature to neighbors? How can they get engaged and get charged up with your campaign?
So the easiest way is just go to fergusonforyou.com. It's FERGUSON FORUYOU.com. fergusonforyou.com. You can see all the little links, click, and you're there. And Monica, I just want to make sure folks realize the power to the people is right now. It's not after the election. Mm-hmm. The power to the people is right now. And they may be concerned about Monica having power or William having power. The reality is it is your power. It is you. You get to vote. You pick the right person. But watch this. You also get to pick the wrong person. So we're challenging you to educate yourself and pick the right person for your community.
And the right person is sitting right next to me.
And you. And you.
All right, guys. Make sure you share the video. We're going to go ahead and close out right now. Thank you so much for tuning in to Movn Monica Radio Talk Show with William Ferguson for mayor, sitting right here to my right. You guys get out there and go vote. It's very important. Now is the time to make sure that you have executive leadership that's going to do the right thing for you. Remember, you're the boss. You can hire him, and he's going to do the right job for you. You guys have a wonderful, blessed week, and we'll see you at the polls.